Today I'm going to install handrail along this wall, and I'm going to try to do it in its simplest form, and I don't have any fancy tools. So the first thing you want to do is get the length of your rail. To determine the length, you go from the top of the stringer right here at the bevel and at the bottom, and that determines the length. However, my railing is a little bit longer, so I'm going to go that route. So I'm overhanging just a little bit, but I want to go a little bit further because when I make this cut, I'll use that for the return. You need 1.5 inches for the return. I marked it a bit more than 1.5 inches because if your wall is out of square, you might need more. So there's where it will land. I need 1.5 inches off this end. So it's going to come out just right. Here I have a scrap piece of railing from a prior job, and I'm doing a mock-up to determine some measurements. And we want to measure from the center of this mounting hole to the top of this. Get that measurement first to determine the main height measurement. Now of course it's going to be slanted on the wall, which this distance would be a little bit greater, but I'm not going to worry about a 1/16 1/4 inch. Here I have it on the bench, upside down, and you just measure up to the center of the hole, 4 inches. The range of height for a railing is between 34 and 38. You might want to check with your local building code. I'm shooting for 35 to 36. So I need to subtract 4 inches from the 36 and put a mark on the level at 32 inches and then transfer to the wall. I've already made the mark. So you come to your first step and line up with the nose and get it level, then transfer the mark. Level is crucial. If you're this way or that way, it will change the angle, the plane. Same thing in the center. I'm putting a dot here, so when I do the chalk line, it will confirm if that's correct. Same at the bottom, lined up at the edge of the nose, and there's the dot, level. Lined up on the dots, that'll be the angle of the handrail. And the brackets can be 3 to 4 feet apart. However, I'm putting an extra one in. I want it solid. A railing is a guide for going up the steps. However, if you have someone that's slightly disabled using a cane and they lose their balance and they go to grab for that, you want it to hold. Nothing worse than if you're falling and you grab for something solid and it gives way. Now I'll get a chalk line, snap that, and then we'll have to find the stud for the brackets. I've got a finish nail, place it on the dot, hammer it in. Nice. Hang a chalk line on that, and we'll head on up. I'll snap a little excess off, place right on the dot, snug tight, snap. Now we need to find a stud along that chalk line. You can use a magnet. It's not the easiest. You're finding the screw or the nail that's in the drywall. I don't have much luck with that. I'm going to use a finish nail and a hammer. And you just listen to the wall. That sounds solid right there. So I'm going to drive this nail in there. Look, I didn't hit it. So I'm going to go this way. Still didn't hit it. So perhaps that was a bogus sound of solidness. All right, that's it. So a 2x4 is 1.5 inches wide. So we'll move over and try to find it there. So if I angle it, I should get it. Wow, nothing there. That's amazing. That means there's nothing in the center. Wow. I didn't find anything. So this is going to be more difficult than expected. And drywall patchwork, that's just part of the gig. So right there is center. So there's our first mount. Let's try this technique. We know there's a stud there. Homes are built 16 on center. They're 16, but I want to go a little bit further, which 32, way down there. Oh my goodness. So if I drop straight down from 32, should be a stud here. Very nice. Now I won't have no mess. However, I guess I'll put one here because the next stud is right here. There's nothing between here and there. 16 right there, straight down, should be a stud here. Nice. So 2 out of 3, that's not bad. Now if you want to make sure you're in the center, you put the nail over here until it goes straight through and you feel it on the sides. With a stud finder, you can find each side of the 2x4. Very useful tool. I don't have one, so you go on this side. So I got meat right there. So right in the center of them holes is going to be a good anchor. So I just did a check on height, and this angle really does matter. It's about 1 inch more than the mock-up I did earlier. So I'm going to move this down 1 inch and install. So what I'm going to do is line it up with the original mark and then drop it down till I see the line right at the top and then mount it. And you don't have to pre-drill. You're going into soft pine. Now I'm going to leave that loose to match the angle when I do the bottom mounts. We'll do the same to the rest. Now we'll cut the railing. Got the rail on the bench. I want a 1.5 return on a 45. So from that mark is where we want the 45 to start and come back. However, I'm going to mark the other side. So I've got it clamped. Here's the mark. The situation here, I don't have a chop saw and I don't have access to one at the moment. So I'm going to freehand this cut. And the reason I went upside down, it's a flat surface. It'll give me stability when cutting, whereas the other side is rounded. Another problem, the blade will not even go through the entire material. So this is not an ideal situation at all. However, I'm going to go for it. One and a half inch, and this will be the return for the other end. So I'll do the same to the other end. The 45 on that end is angled this way, so this one we want opposite. As long as they're opposite, you can flip the whole unit if needed. Nice! That almost looks perfect. Check the other end.
It looks pretty good. The distance between here and here, both ends should be the same. I'll check that. And then we'll glue it. A little over 3 that way. All right. I'll be using Titebond, heavy duty adhesive. This is overkill. It's just what I have. And we'll be gluing this joint and that joint to the wall. I would use my finger, but this stuff is nasty. Thin layer. I've got this on a flat surface, so it's as square as I can get it, and you just line up here. Now, when you put a pin nail in here, it has a tendency to slide. Let me show you. If you line this up flush, when you put the pin nail in, it has a tendency of moving this forward. So I'm going to overhang just a little bit, plus clamp it. And then of course I can sand this off when I'm done, round it over. Wow, the nail's still sticking out. Need to turn that power up. Oh, do you see that move? Nice. Same here. I'm doing a dry fit first. Make sure everything comes out all right. Both ends are tight, and I'm down as far as I need to be. Ready for glue. I'm going to leave that a tad thick, and it will ooze outward when pressed against the wall. There's a little mark right there. That's the end of the rail. Give me enough room for trim for the door. Tight against the wall, using a 1/8 drill bit for the screws. Since this is oak, you might want a little bit of lubricant on the screw. Phillips drive. Man, that's tough. I need a clamp on that one. I think that's got it. Same to all the rest. All the screws are in. And remember, we had these brackets just touching the wall. So now, when I do the final snugging up these screws, it will pull it into the wall just ever so little bit to make that glue joint on the ends tight. Nice and strong. So here's the finished product. Turned out pretty nice. And now that I've been through the process, I'd like to point out a few aspects that can be improved upon, such as these screws were a bit tight driving in with a 1/8 drill bit, so I stepped up 2 sizes to a 5/32, made it much easier. The minimum space between here and the wall is 1.5 inches required by code. However, here you've got a little room to work with. I'm just over 1.5 inches spacing, so if I was at 1 3/4 inches, this bracket would probably fall right center of the rail. Here I'm on the nose of the tread, pretty much level. I got 36 inches. However, earlier I said it was critical with the level to be level. Because see, if you go this way or that way, now I'm at 35, now I'm at 37. So to simplify, if you're using this style railing and that exact bracket, which I'll put a link to in the description, measure up from the nose 31 inches, mount the bracket, and then you'll come out at 36 on the rail.
Since I did a freehand cut here, I knew this piece would not fit perfectly. So after the glue setup, I took an orbital sander and sanded down any high spots, rounded it off. Here's 2 pin nail holes. I'll put some putty over that. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you'd like to watch other home improvement videos, I'll provide a link